Okay, so Gary Brecka, we're so excited to sit down with you today. I don't even know how to address you, a health guru, a biohacker. Tell me what it is you do and how you ended up doing all of this, because so many people turn to you to learn how to improve their health.
Yeah, well, by schooling, I'm a human biologist. You know, my undergraduate degrees were in biology, my postgraduate degrees are in human biology. But for years, I worked in a niche market of life insurance, trying to predict mortality to the month. Oh. So we used big data to try to decide how many more months people had left on Earth. And what emerged from this data was that the reason why people are not living healthier, happier, longer, more fulfilling lives were for what we called modifiable risk factors, meaning things that they could change in their lifestyle that would permanently change the trajectory of their life.
Why do you feel like now people are finally starting to say, you know what, maybe things haven't been working the right way. Maybe there are some major changes our country can make. And what is it you would like to see happen over the next 4 years with President Trump, with RFK Jr., in these leadership roles to change America and make us healthy again?
Well, I think you had a couple of things come together like a perfect storm, right? We emerged from the pandemic, and no matter what side of the pandemic you were on, pro-vaccine, anti-vaccine, your life was touched by the pandemic. And I think it woke people up and they said, you know what, I need to take my healthcare choices into my own hands. We're at a crisis point in America. You know, 77% of our military-aged men and women don't qualify for military service due to poor health. You've got 13% of our teens have fatty liver disease. We have the highest rates of childhood cancer in recorded history. We just have to get back to what God gave us, not what man makes us. Getting the poisons out of our food supply. I'm super excited about Bobby Kennedy and your father-in-law's union. I mean, people from polar opposite ends of the spectrum unifying over children and health and healing. And I just find it odd that anybody can be on the opposite side of that coin.
I think a lot of people have been under the impression that the way you cure a disease is to take a drug. But I think we're coming upon a time in our society where maybe we're going to hopefully phase a lot of that out. Do you feel like that is also part of the MAHA movement?
I think that's a huge part of the MAHA movement. You know, when I interviewed Callie Means, one of the things that he said that always just sat with me was, there's nothing more profitable than a sick child. And as sad as that statistic is, it's a statement of fact, right? We're starting children earlier and earlier and earlier on the hamster wheel. So I think this whole MAHA movement is about getting to the root cause, getting physical education back in the public school system, getting the processed foods out of our children's diets, you know, getting the highly inflammatory foods out of our children's diets. I mean, they deserve to thrive. And that's what I think really laid the perfect foundation for Bobby Kennedy to come in and really take control of a narrative that people are willing to hear.
President Trump has promised to restore the American dream in this country. A healthy person has 1,000 dreams. A sick person only has one. 60% of our population has only one dream, that they get better.
If you look at what he's really talking about and describe the MAHA movement, we're talking about getting poisons, herbicides, insecticides, pesticides, preservatives, things that our body doesn't recognize, that cause chemical reactions on our body that make us sicker. And so who's against getting those things out of the food supply? This is how you get a food pyramid that says that Lucky Charms is more nutritious than grass-fed steak.
It's crazy.
Right?
I think something else that people have heard about, they've heard it a lot through Bobby Kennedy. He was very outspoken about it. Seed oils.
Yes.
For people who say, I don't know what a seed oil is, but I constantly hear about it, what is that?
So seed oils are your canola, rapeseed, sunflower, safflower, vegetable oils. And very often it's not, people think we're attacking the plant. I'm not attacking the sunflower. I'm attacking the distance from the plant to the table. So when you take a plant like a rapeseed, which is canola, and you put it in a commercial press and it comes out gummy, and you degum it with hexane, which is a known neurotoxin, and then you take that degummed oil and you heat it to 405 degrees. This turns it rancid. It putrefies it. And then we stick a heart-healthy label on it, and we say that these polyunsaturated fatty acids are part of a heart-healthy diet. That is complete nonsense. They're part of a heart inflammatory diet. Inflammation is the root of all evil. Here are the 5 oils you need in your life. An olive oil at room temperature. You can cook in coconut oil, grass-fed butter, ghee butter, or coconut oil. These are oils that don't denature at high temperatures. Use an olive oil or an avocado oil at room temperature and get the rest of those seed oils permanently out of your life.
What would you say to an adult in the United States right now who says, I don't even know where to start. What are your top do's for somebody to lead a healthier life?
First of all, pay attention to your sleep. Sleep is our human superpower.
I won't tell you how much sleep I get on an average night, Gary, because you'll be horrified.
Don't tell me.
Oh my gosh.
But I'll fix it for you.
Okay.
Consistency in bedtime and getting on a good circadian rhythm is probably the single biggest thing that you can do to improve the outcome of your day the next day. Do a contrast shower before you go to bed. Get in hot water, let it run in the back of your neck, step out of that stream of water, turn it cold, step into that cold stream of water. I know, guys, just deal with it for 30 seconds, break the catecholamine cycle in the brain, dry off, and when you climb into bed, make your room as cold and dark as you possibly can.
I do that.
Stay off your screens at night. If you have to be on your phone at night, turn the red light setting on your phone. Blue light raises your cortisol, which is a waking hormone, right? So at night, we're having light come into our eyes that says, hey, wake up, when we're actually trying to go to sleep.
And what about eating-wise? What would you say you should get this out of your diet or put this in your diet immediately today to see a difference?
Let's boil diets down to the absolute facts, right? Look at the blue zones. If you look at all of the blue zones around the world, what was the continuity between all of those diets? They were all whole foods. No one was eating a highly processed diet and living a long lifetime. So the secret to living a long life is eating whole foods. Meat, fish, chicken, eggs, vegetables, coconut oil, olive oil, nuts, avocados, whole foods in their whole form. The highly processed diet is what sends our cellular biology into a tailspin.
So for people who maybe have a desk job, who are sedentary throughout the day, what would you tell them to do?
You don't have to have 90 minutes in the morning to move your day around. I know there's a lot of busy moms and dads and career professionals out there that get out of bed and they're on the move as soon as they get out of bed. 15-minute walk then, 15 minutes after lunch, 15 minutes after dinner. That little bit of mobility helps pull the glucose out of your bloodstream, improve your insulin sensitivity, and that alone is one of the leading causes of metabolic syndrome, and it's completely preventable with lifestyle changes.
Let me ask you about the word biohacker, because I think a lot of people have heard that word. You call yourself a biohacker.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
You know, it's trying to do more with less. It's like, what is the best thing I can do for my cellular biology? And there's so many gadgets and gizmos out there that, you can get paralysis of analysis. The best biohacking devices mimic what we get from Mother Nature.
So finally, with the MAHA movement, with AI kind of up and coming, I feel like we're in a space where people are saying, I don't know, if we're healthier and we have the ability to utilize AI in a specific way, could we see the longevity of humankind expand?
There's no question that artificial intelligence, big data, and early detection are the greatest three inventions in terms of the longevity of humanity. I believe if you're alive in 5 years, it will be your choice whether or not you want to live to 120, potentially 140 years old.
Wow.